I want to teach you how to push in Rainmaker. Let's keep it nice and simple. When you do Rainmaker, it sucks. And you grab the Rainmaker, it's a bad weapon. It is easy to deal with. I will show you right here, right now. Alright, so I'm spawning into training mode here. I'm just going to show you some things about the Rainmaker itself. So, you guys probably know about resetting the Rainmaker. If you pop it and you leave it alone for a while, it'll just go back to mid. You can also just grab it, jump off the stage, and it'll reset that way. Generally, if your Rainmaker is in like a really unfavorable position, like way back here, you don't want to grab it because the Rainmaker's not a good weapon. So you might want to leave it in your base if it's clear that way. It'll just reset naturally so you guys can pop and focus on like fighting the other team. But if you're in a pinch and you need to reset it immediately, then you just grab it and like jump off the stage or whatever. But in general, Rainmaker is not as good as your main weapons. Like you'd rather have your sub, you'd rather have access to your specials and all that. And you see, as I fire it, you can shoot to the ground, which is good for people like if you think they're gonna come right next, if they're gonna like rush up onto you, you might want to shoot to the ground because it'll explode faster. But if you shoot like normally like this, it's good. But if they just W on you, they'll like take the initial damage from it and they won't die unless they're caught in the explosion, and they'll just kill you. So it's very important to have your team play around, have someone on your team play around you, and also have people play in front. So you really need to cover all your bases here so you can actually get to the checkpoint, get to the finish line, and just win that way. You need to play a lot more smarter and more patient because of the strict negative that the Rainmaker has. It's not good. So you don't want to pick it up and just try to go forward like this with no ink. You're gonna die, the team's gonna kill you, you're gonna throw. So let's see this in action. Okay, now that you've seen that, now that you know the weaknesses of the Rainmaker, let's look at this game state, right? So we have good map control. Pretty much this entire half of the map, they're stuck on this side. So, the whole point of specials in Splatoon, other than they're good at killing people, is they're also just a very good way to displace opponents. Displacing opponents means if they're standing here, and you shoot a super or special in this direction, they're going to have to retreat this way. This is pretty much the only way they can do, otherwise they're going to die to the special. Why the displacement is strong, either be it missiles, Zuka, Booyah Bomb, whatever, it forces people to move back so you can take more parts of the map. So when you grab the Rainmaker, ideally you want your team to protect you, either going with you and pushing in front. And you want to do this kind of simultaneously if you can. Because if you grab the Rainmaker and go forward on your own, you will die, you'll be 3v4, and your push is less likely to work. So, with the Rainmaker, and I'm going to start charging up my Booyah Bomb here. So, let me do the zoom in, right? As I said, they're standing here. This is how you get pushes started. Ideally, you want to use a special if you can. They're all standing here, and now they're forced to retreat. So, here's where the misplay will happen. It is a big throw. Bob is the one who got a pick with the Zuka here, and I Booyah Bomb after. So we're using our specials in unison, that's good. But Bob is going to grab this Rainmaker, and he's going to feed. So their entire team is here. We're going to watch Bob go in, and he's going to just die in feet. This is super bad. So let's see it from a different light. I'll do all three perspectives here. So he gets a special, pops Suzuka, gets the pick. This is great. Good play, popping the Rainmaker again, taking our advantage. But instead of playing slow when we get the Rainmaker, we just gun forward and die. Now let's see why gunning forward and dying is super terrible, right? So, the moment Bob goes in and dies, let's look at the positioning of our team. I'm right here with them, but there's no one in front on this area to protect the people standing here that are shooting him. Because the entire team's right here, they literally just have to turn on you. But the rest of our team, we have one person way back here and one person watching the flank. This is not sufficient enough positioning to make this push happen. And even though that we win this game, say that we were behind in points, we would lose the game here because of just being very impatient during this push. And the push is going to be unsuccessful, by the way. We're not going to win this fight. So they're eventually just going to get map control back, and we're going to have to fall back. And this is what I would want to call an unsuccessful push. So I'm going to show you now multiple examples of how to push adequately, and you'll see the difference. So here, we have no time, pretty much, but it's still very, very doable. They get the Rainmaker. Now, this is pretty hard for us, but we do finally get the pick. And this is where it all comes into play. So we get the kill here. And now I want to pause and I want to make a highlight. So this is the exact situation, right? We have the Rainmaker, they're down their Splatoon. And we have all of this map. All this map belongs to us. And this gives us a really good opportunity. So we can play from these two sides. We can play here. And we can play through here. Now where can the other team attack, right? So if we look through the top here, right, there's this long thing they can flank through here. So someone has to watch the right side, because they can easily just drop through and get a Rainmaker that way. And then obviously you can watch in front of here. And there's some weapons that can sit on this perch right over here. I'll just put the P so you can see this perch right over here. It's pretty good for taking shots down here. So ideally, what do we want? We want people to be over here, attacking in the front, so that the Rainmaker carrier, I'm carrying the Rainmaker right now, can safely approach, knowing that. But at the same time, you also need someone with the Rainmaker at all times. And we're going to see this in action here. It's very laggy. So we have 2Gig and Swift. They're up in the front, you know. They're making the space for me. But at the same time, you can see Cloudy's here with me. Cloudy's not leaving me at all. We're using all our specials and I can safely approach. I'm not going in with the Rainmaker. So if I go back further, right? Let's go back even further so you can see just more examples of this from every perspective to make it nice and slow. Because I barely get this kill on the Rainmaker kill. And Swift was peeling from here at this moment, which is good. So you saw another perspective where right here, right? Swift and 2Gig are gonna go forward, and Cloudy's gonna stay with me and protect this way. So we're covering both bases, like I said. And I'm just slowly going in. I'm using the Rainmaker shots, and I'm scared. I'm looking all around because I don't want them to come at me. We have to run because of this. Cloudy's here with me. We're using specials in tandem, and we can get in there. Because this is overtime. If I die, we just instantly lose the game. And we get the kills. And I still don't want to rush it because I could just die to a random bomb. See, some guy is just pushing in here. Like, if I were to go forward here before the dualies was dead, I would die. And then I feel that I can make it through here. And we get the lead. Okay, so I'm back here. I'll show you an example of like what it's like in a pub, right? So, this is me just playing solo ring. We have the Rainmaker, we just got the checkpoint, I believe, or we're about to get it, and we want to push through here. I should probably pause so, like, you can actually see through the text. So yeah, we want to push through the left right here, so they can only really attack. They can attack us from the drop-off here, and like these spots, or just coming directly through it. So there's pretty much 4 places, even 5, honestly, where they can attack us. So we need to pay attention to all of them. And that's pretty hard to do it in solo because, you know, there's no communication, but it is still very doable. So I'll show you my perspective here. We just got the checkpoint. One thing that's pretty annoying in this situation is I have Booyah already, but my team at this moment in time is like, they're not popping the Rainmaker, they're like doing something else. And I remember like turning around being like, oh, are you guys gonna break the Rainmaker yet? And it doesn't actually break. So we have to take more time to get this. So I'm gonna take it this time, but you notice how like, I'm not gonna just run into them because there's like a crab here or something like that. Yeah, they're using crab right now. So I'm just waiting. I'm hoping that my team will like protect me through it, and I'm gonna actually use the Rainmaker shots and not just like YOLO my way through it. You know, whoever this Owen guy, this squeezer on my team, he's doing the right thing. He's protecting me, and he's trying to pop it. So like, it's hard to get this grab right now because it's just quite annoying, but there's more examples of just good play. You know, we get the dunk that way. I don't know, I turned my recording off. But I simply just wanted to prove that, like, you can do these concepts and you don't need comms, you just need to, like, pay attention. Alright, so we're at another example. Same map. These concepts apply no matter where you're at. We get a favorable position, right? This is just a random ranked game. You know, this guy pops crab. In this scenario here, let me bring up the thing. The Rainmaker just reset. They have a Hydra. The Hydra kind of just wants to sit here, but since the Hydra's finally dead, this is a good moment. He pops crab here. It's a good special for us to go in. And then the rest of our team can be aggressive while the crab is happening. And we can just assist the Rainmaker in pushing. We're going to watch the drop-off, as I said earlier. And we're just going to win. See, I'm the one in this instance. My team is behind me, and my team's playing back there. They're protecting the Rainmaker while the crab's happening. And I'm pushing forward, and I'm just going to harass the people in front of me as best as I can, so that my team can just come in. Like, the guy has a free lane up to him. I can't kill him because they're too busy dealing with me. It really is that simple. As long as you have someone push up and have someone stick with the Rainmaker and watch the flanks, then your pushes are going to be way more successful if you go together with your team, you use specials all at the same time. But you're using specials with a purpose. You're not just using them just because you've got it. You're using them to deny space, to displace enemies, and generally just create enough space that they can get through and win with you.